Hey everyone, Mr. Sujano here. In this video we're talking about PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, and more. Let's get started. Alright, we'll kick things off here talking about Nintendo Switch emulation on PC with Ryujinx. Ryujinx just released their progress report, and I'll drop a link to it in the description below, and I do recommend checking it out. We're just going over things at a pretty high level, and we've covered a lot of this in previous videos. One of the biggest stories of the month was Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. The Ryujinx team did a ton of work behind the scenes and, well, I guess in front of the scenes, to make this game relatively playable on PC. Now honestly, I think Pokemon Scarlet and Violet caused quite a few headaches with the developers of Ryujinx. I mean, it was probably pretty hard to tell what was an issue with the emulator and what was an issue with the game, considering the game was released in such a broken state. Fortunately though, I would argue that November was a really successful month overall for Ryujinx developers. I mean, performance was up pretty much across the entire board. Games like Super Mario Odyssey, Pokemon Sword and Shield, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, Breath of the Wild, Xenoblade, and Persona 5 Royal all saw massive performance boosts. Although the resolution looks a little bit messed up, Fate Extella the Umbral Star now renders on Vulkan. Sonic Colors now renders with Intel GPUs using Vulkan. For both Intel and AMD users, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition is looking better. Here's the before, and well, here's the after, and you can actually see the grass rendering in. For the Avalonia build of Ryujinx, which you can pick up directly from their GitHub, and why not, I'll drop a link in the description below, the DLC manager has been completely reworked. If you play Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, you might like this brand new feature. You can enable or disable certain aspects of the DLC. And yes, the game update window also got reworked, so you can choose the select version of the game you're looking for. And arguably one of the biggest things of the month is that Ryujinx is officially back on macOS. In my opinion, Ryujinx and Yuzu are neck and neck when it comes to which emulator is best on PC, and I don't want to declare an ultimate winner here. I'd recommend checking out both and seeing what works for you. Ryujinx has been getting better and better, and December is also looking amazing for them. And speaking about amazing, next up we're talking about Nintendo Switch emulation on Android with Skyline, and the mainline version of Skyline just got a brand new update. If you head to skyline-emu.1 and click on download, you'll see a brand new version right here at the top. At the time of filming, it's version 16.14. Someone has Anbernic Inbirth up and running between 49 to 60 frames per second using a MediaTek Helio G80 CPU, which has a Mali GPU. In the screenshot here, it's showing 54 frames per second, and it's rendering pretty good. Someone has Subnautica booting, not playable, but booting. And Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition is booting, and Bylaws here has a screenshot of it running at 30 frames per second, which is impressive. I mean, I'm not joking here. Skyline is improving in massive leaps and bounds. If you're interested in Nintendo Switch emulation on Android at all, check out Skyline. It's impressive. And speaking about impressive, next up we're talking about PlayStation 4 emulation on PC with FPPS4. And FPPS4 just got a little bit better. It looks like FPPS4 has jumped from 58 playable games all the way up to 66. If you want to see FPPS4 up in action, keep your eye open on Brutal Sam's YouTube page. I'll leave a link to it in the description below because they post a lot of FPPS4 stuff. Next up, we're talking about the Anbernic 35XX, a tiny handheld that I might be in the process of reviewing. It looks like Black Seraph here has RetroArch up and running on this handheld, and I can tell you that's a really welcome sight. Now, as it stands, this build is currently in beta, but if you wanted to check it out, I'll drop a link to the Patreon page in the description below. You can pick it up here absolutely free. And last up, we're talking about NVidia and GameStream. If you've got an NVidia Shield, chances are you received an email from NVidia stating that the GameStream service is, well, it's about to end. NVIDIA is canceling this service as of February of 2023. And to rub a little bit of salt in the wound, if you use Moonlight, chances are you're going to be affected since Moonlight does rely on those GameStream services. As far as I know, GeForce Now is completely unaffected, and well, Steam Link is always an option. But anyways, that is all I've got for you in this one. Straight to the point, all stuff and no fluff. We talked about a ton today. Let me know your thoughts about absolutely any of it in the comments below. If you like this video, leave a like. If you didn't like this video, leave a like. Hit that subscribe button, check out my other videos. Don't tempt fate, save your state.